Those vitamins on your counter, some of them might be aging you faster than doing nothing at all. I know that sounds extreme, but large-scale clinical studies found that certain popular supplements, ones marketed specifically to seniors, are linked to serious harm. We are talking higher rates of bone fractures, nerve damage, dangerous blood clots, and even increased risk of death. The supplement industry makes over $50 billion a year, selling the idea that more vitamins equals better health. But for adults over 60, the biology is different. Your liver processes slower. Your nerves are more sensitive than they were at 40. Your medications interact in ways they simply did not when you were younger, and most supplement labels never warn you about that. In this video, I am going to give you 2 lists, 4 vitamins that could be quietly working against you after 60, and 4 that are genuinely essential after 60. We count down from number 4 to number 1 on both lists. The vitamin at the very top of the danger list will probably surprise you. It is one most people have trusted for years. Before we start, do you currently take a daily vitamin supplement? Drop your answer in the comments. I read every single one. Your experience might save someone else from a very serious mistake. Let us get into it. Number 4 on the danger list, vitamin E. It has been sold as the anti-aging antioxidant for decades, and in small amounts from food, it genuinely does protect your cells. The problem starts when you take it in large supplemental doses. Vitamin E is fat-soluble. It does not wash out of your body. It builds up in fat tissue over time. A major analysis published in the Annals of Internal Medicine looked at data across multiple clinical trials. That analysis found adults taking more than 400 IU of vitamin E daily showed a statistically significant increase in all-cause mortality. Here's the biological reason. At high concentrations, vitamin E flips from an antioxidant into what scientists call a pro-oxidant. Instead of neutralizing free radicals that damage your cells, it starts producing them, the exact opposite of what you are paying for. For a senior with already stressed cardiovascular tissue, this accelerates exactly the cellular damage you are trying to prevent. There is a second danger. Vitamin E is a natural blood thinner. At high doses, it impairs your body's normal clotting ability. For the millions of seniors taking daily aspirin or prescription anticoagulants, adding high-dose vitamin E dramatically raises the risk of uncontrolled bleeding. That includes hemorrhagic stroke, one of the most severe and sudden outcomes linked to this combination. Most people have no idea. The fix is simple. You do not need vitamin E in pill form. Almonds, sunflower seeds, avocado, and spinach give you exactly what your body needs. Those food sources deliver vitamin E in amounts your body can actually manage. High-dose supplements strip away that natural balance entirely. And for seniors, that imbalance adds up quietly, over months and years, long before any symptom ever appears. Number 3 on the danger list, vitamin A. Most people know it supports eye health, but what they do not know is that the form you take matters enormously. Getting it wrong can silently hollow out your bones. And most seniors taking supplements have no idea this is happening. There are 2 forms. Beta-carotene from orange and yellow vegetables is converted by the body on demand. It is self-regulating. If you take in too much beta-carotene, the conversion simply slows down. Your body manages it naturally. Preformed vitamin A does not work that way. Preformed vitamin A, called retinol, is found in most high-potency supplements and animal products like liver. It bypasses conversion entirely. It hits your bloodstream immediately and accumulates in the liver. After 60, the liver's ability to handle that accumulation weakens significantly. Research published in the New England Journal of Medicine found that women with retinol intake above 1.5 milligrams per day had nearly double the hip fracture rate. The mechanism is direct. Excess retinol competes with vitamin D at bone receptor sites and blocks the bone-building process entirely. It accelerates bone breakdown faster than new bone can form, leaving your skeleton weaker with every dose you take. If you are taking calcium supplements to prevent osteoporosis, but also taking a retinol-based vitamin A, you may be undoing your own efforts. Check your supplement labels right now. If you see retinol palmitate or retinol acetate listed, that is preformed retinol. Switch immediately. Choose a supplement listing beta-carotene instead. or simply eat colorful plant foods and let your body regulate the conversion naturally. Number 2 on the danger list, and this one surprises most: people. Here is where the water-soluble vitamins are always safe. Myth causes real harm. Most water-soluble vitamins do flush out if you take too much, but vitamin B6 accumulates in sensory nerve tissue, and it damages it. The condition is called sensory peripheral neuropathy. Early on, it feels like tingling in the fingers and mild numbness in the feet, slight unsteadiness when walking. Symptoms most seniors write off as normal aging, but they are not. They are a warning sign. As B6 levels continue building in the nerve tissue, that damage deepens. Balance deteriorates. Coordination breaks down progressively. The ability to feel the floor beneath your feet, a critical safety signal, begins to fade. That is when falls become likely. A review published in Toxicology Reports found that chronic B6 intake above 100 milligrams per day consistently produced peripheral neuropathy in older adults. And here is the alarming part. Many popular B-complex formulas and energy supplements contain 50 to 100 milligrams of B6 per serving. Seniors taking multiple supplements are often stacking doses without realizing it, quietly pushing nerve damage further with every single day. The daily recommended amount for seniors is just 1.7 milligrams. You can hit that from a piece of salmon, a chicken breast, or a banana. There is no proven benefit to taking more, unless a physician has prescribed it for a specific, diagnosed condition. More is not better here. And if this nerve damage progresses before it is caught, it can only be partially reversed, making falls, fractures, and loss of independence far more likely. Number 1 on the danger list, the most immediately life-threatening interaction on this entire list. And it is one of the most commonly missed. Vitamin K itself is not the problem. It is essential. It regulates blood clotting, supports bone structure, and plays a role in arterial health. The danger is specific. When vitamin K intake fluctuates unpredictably in a senior who is taking anticoagulant medication, we are talking about drugs like warfarin, apixaban, or rivaroxaban, prescribed after stroke, atrial fibrillation, or dangerous blood clots. These medications work by partially blocking vitamin K's role in the clotting process. It is a deliberate, carefully maintained balance. Enough clotting to prevent dangerous bleeding, but not so much that clots form in vessels and trigger a stroke or heart attack. When a senior suddenly starts a vitamin K supplement or begins eating significantly more leafy greens, that balance tips immediately. Vitamin K overrides part of the anticoagulant effect. Blood thickens. And for someone on stroke prevention medication, that shift is extremely dangerous. It can trigger the exact event the medication was prescribed to prevent: a sudden clot, a stroke, without any prior warning signs. The reverse is just as dangerous. Abruptly reducing vitamin K intake can make the anticoagulant too powerful, causing excessive internal bleeding. That includes brain hemorrhage. The same medication protecting you from one threat suddenly becomes the source of another, equally deadly one. Over 6 million Americans are on anticoagulant therapy. Most of them are seniors. Most of them do not know this interaction exists. The solution is not to avoid vitamin K. It is to be consistent. Eat leafy greens regularly, in stable, predictable amounts every week. Never add a vitamin K supplement without talking to your doctor first. And if you are on warfarin specifically, monitor your INR regularly. Vitamin K is essential, but combined carelessly with anticoagulants, it turns a life-saving medication into a gamble no senior should ever take. Now, the good news. Number 4 on the essential list, vitamin B12. After 60, your stomach produces less intrinsic factor, the protein required to absorb B12 from food. This is not a diet problem. It is a biological shift that happens to nearly everyone as they age past 60. Most never know it. The result? B12 deficiency is one of the most common and most overlooked conditions in adults over 60 years old. The symptoms: fatigue, foggy thinking, mild depression, balance issues, tingling in the hands, are so similar to generic aging that they rarely raise a red flag. But the research is unambiguous. A study in neurology found that older adults with low B12 levels showed measurably accelerated brain volume loss over time. Their brains were physically shrinking faster than peers with adequate B12. That is not a metaphor. It is a measurable structural change. Other research has linked B12 deficiency to more than double the dementia risk and a significantly higher rate of falls due to impaired nerve coordination. The good news, B12 is water-soluble, non-toxic at supplemental doses, and highly correctable, even after years of deficiency. Sublingual tablets, the kind that dissolve under the tongue, work particularly well for seniors because they bypass the gut absorption problem entirely. A recommended starting point is 500 to 1,000 micrograms daily. But do not guess. Get your levels tested first. A single blood test at your next appointment tells you exactly where you stand. It takes minutes and could change everything going forward. For many seniors, correcting a B12 deficiency produces noticeable improvements in energy, mental clarity, and physical stability within just weeks. Number 3 on the essential list, vitamin D3. It functions less like a traditional vitamin and more like a hormone governing calcium absorption, immunity, and muscle function. It also influences neurological health directly. And over 60% of seniors worldwide are deficient in it right now. Without adequate D3, calcium cannot be properly absorbed, from food or from supplements. Bones begin losing density quietly, year after year. Muscle coordination weakens as D3 drops. Research shows this deficiency alone can double your fall risk as you age past 60. The immune system also becomes less effective against respiratory infections when D3 is low, a serious concern for seniors every single season. A study published in Neurology found that seniors with low D3 levels had a 75% greater likelihood of developing dementia over a 6-year follow-up period. The form matters. D3, called cholecalciferol, is significantly more effective at raising and maintaining blood levels than D2. Always choose D3. Take it with a fat-containing meal for best absorption. That one simple habit dramatically improves how much your body actually uses. A typical effective dose for seniors is 1,000 to 2,000 IU daily, but always confirm the right amount with your physician. 15 minutes of outdoor sunlight also supports natural D3 synthesis, even on mildly overcast days. It costs nothing and helps immediately. If you are taking calcium for bone health, but not also taking D3, you are missing the very mechanism that makes the calcium work. Number 2 on the essential list, vitamin C. It is the most abundant antioxidant in human blood plasma, and its job is protecting the inner walls of your blood vessels. When those vessel walls are damaged by free radicals, inflammation sets in. Inflamed arterial walls attract plaque. Plaque narrows blood flow to the brain. The downstream effects are strokes, cardiovascular events, and the kind of slow vascular cognitive decline many seniors mistake for ordinary aging. A study in Neurology found that older adults with higher vitamin C levels had a 42% lower rate of stroke compared to those who were deficient. That is nearly cutting stroke risk in half, with a nutrient that is widely available, inexpensive, and already proven to work. Vitamin C also drives collagen production, which keeps arterial walls elastic and resilient. Without it, vessel walls stiffen progressively over time. Microbleeds become more likely as those walls weaken, including in the tiny capillaries feeding your brain and your eyes every single day. The challenge is that vitamin C is water-soluble and constantly depleted. Cooking destroys it. Extended refrigeration reduces it significantly. Many seniors eating convenience foods, or with reduced appetite, are running chronically low on vitamin C without ever realizing it. A daily supplement of 500 to 1,000 milligrams gives the aging cardiovascular system consistent, reliable daily protection it genuinely needs. Combine that with fresh sources like bell peppers, kiwi, citrus, or broccoli, and you are covering both supplemental and dietary intake effectively. The toxicity threshold is very high. The main symptom of genuine excess is only temporary digestive discomfort. Nothing more serious than that. Number 1 on the essential list, the vitamin that changes everything after 60. Vitamin K2 is completely different from K1. They share a name, but not a function. Vitamin K2 is completely different from vitamin K1, the clotting factor found in leafy greens. They share a name, but not a function. K2 has one primary mission: directing calcium to the right places in your body and actively pulling it away from the wrong ones. As we age, calcium metabolism becomes dysregulated. Calcium that should reinforce bones instead begins depositing in the walls of arteries. Arterial calcification is a primary driver of cardiovascular disease, stroke, and vascular dementia, and most seniors have no idea it is happening. Meanwhile, bones continue losing density because the calcium never arrives where it is actually needed. It ends up in the wrong place entirely. Vitamin K2 activates two critical proteins that change this. The first is osteocalcin, which binds calcium directly into bone where it belongs. The second is matrix GLA protein, which actively removes calcium deposits from artery walls and redirects them into bone instead. Without K2, both proteins remain dormant. Calcium keeps migrating in the wrong direction, every single day, silently and without symptoms. The Rotterdam Heart Study tracked thousands of adults over a decade. Those with the highest K2 intake had a 57% lower risk of dying from heart disease. A separate clinical trial found that K2 supplementation measurably reduced arterial stiffness in postmenopausal women, not just slowing calcification, but actually reversing it. Most seniors are deficient in K2 because its best food sources have largely disappeared from modern Western diets over the past several decades. Those sources include natto, a fermented Japanese soybean dish, certain aged European cheeses, and organ meats rarely eaten in Western countries today. Age also reduces the gut bacteria that naturally produce small amounts of K2, compounding the deficiency that diet alone already creates. The recommended dose is 90 to 180 micrograms daily of MK7, the most bioavailable form. Always take it with a fat-containing meal. Unlike K1, vitamin K2 does not significantly interfere with anticoagulant medications at normal supplemental doses. But always confirm with your physician first. If you are taking calcium supplements and not taking K2, the calcium has no guidance system. It goes where it wants, and where it wants is usually your arteries. Here's the full picture: 4 vitamins that can work against seniors, and 4 that can genuinely protect your independence going forward. High-dose vitamin E flips into a cellular irritant. Excess retinol quietly destroys bone density. Both are found in supplements marketed as anti-aging. Chronic high-dose B6 damages the nerves that keep you balanced and upright, progressing silently until falls and fractures become the outcome. And vitamin K, when it fluctuates without monitoring alongside anticoagulant medication, can trigger the exact cardiovascular event the medication was prescribed to prevent. Now, the 4 that protect you. B12 for brain function and nerve health. Correctable, affordable, and critical after 60 for nearly everyone. D3 for bones, immunity, and cognitive protection. Vitamin C for arterial resilience and stroke prevention, both widely available and chronically underused by seniors. And K2, to ensure the calcium in your body builds bones instead of quietly blocking your arteries year after year after year. Which of these surprised you most? Let me know in the comments. And if someone you care about takes a handful of supplements every morning, share this video with them. 1. Informed decision, made at the right time, can genuinely change a great deal for the people you love. Like this video if it was useful. Subscribe for more breakdowns like this one, and take care of yourself. Because everything you want to do in the years ahead, every experience, every connection, every morning, depends on it.